Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. If you are new here, my name is Brittany, and in today's video, we are going to be doing a little bit of a day in the life of plant girl turned reseller. So we are on spring break, and my son wanted to go to the next town over, do a little shopping, get some lunch, and then I figured I could do some thrifting while we were there. Come home, do a little thrift haul. Hopefully we have some what sold on Poshmark, Depop, and eBay that we can talk about. And then we're gonna do some plant chores together as well. Like I said, it's spring break, so we're getting some things done. So if you are into any of that, thrifting, interested in reselling, love plants, stick around and let's go have a day.
0, 1, 2, 3. Let's get started.
Oh, that's real good.
Why they stopping me?
Okay, so it is the next day. I'll show a little bit of roll of our day. We had a really nice time, and I did pick up 2 things from the thrift store. We weren't trying to spend our whole day doing that, so let me show you really quickly what I did find. The first thing is so pretty. It is this Bianthropology dress. It is the Zadie velvet slip dress. How stinking beautiful is this? And I think it's gonna be perfect for summer coming up. It is a size extra small, but I think it runs a little bit bigger. So I'm super excited about this dress. And then the second thing that I picked up is kind of a Depop piece. And it is this little dress. And let's see, here we go. It is a little Brandy Melville, just like pretty floral wrap tie dress. So cute. And just from having teenagers and working with teenagers, I do know how popular Brandy Melville is. And so I think that this will do really well over on Depop. This Anthropology dress, I'm thinking will do really well over on Poshmark. So those are my 2 pickups from yesterday. Since then, I did also have a couple of things sell, 2 of which I got packaged and sent out. I really try to stick to the 1-day shipping. That is what it says on my Poshmark, and I want to keep it that way. So the first thing is that pink Ralph Lauren button-up striped shirt that was hanging here in the last video. That did sell. I did have it listed for $25. Somebody sent me an offer for $21, and I went ahead and took it. And then the second thing that sold was a Madewell top. It sold within 24 hours of picking it up, and I did sell it for $13. I'm really blessed because in my area, my Goodwills only price things at $3.75 for tops, bottoms, sweatshirts, dresses, shoes. They price a little bit higher, $6, maybe $7. And so I know that my cost of goods are really low. If I'm going back and forth with somebody on a garment, like I did with this Madewell top, I know Madewell doesn't do super well anymore. I kind of went back and forth with offers. They sent me 13. I'm like, that's fine. Like, you can have it. I would rather it go out the door than fight, and then them forget about it. So I'm okay with that. Lower than what I normally would take it for, but I'm happy with it. And then the last thing that sold is this little top, and I'm gonna go ahead and package it here with you so you guys can kind of see my process. And it is this really cool Victoria's Secret Pittsburgh Pirates jersey. And it says it's down here, pink exclusive MLB collection. I thought this was so cute. It's a size medium, and I sold this over on Depop for $16. Depop also, I don't mind going lower because they don't have any seller fees. So you sell it for 16 bucks, you make 15 bucks. I bought it for $3.75. I'm still making over $10 really fast because I just bought this a couple days ago. And I know with baseball season coming up, people are going to want these, and it is so cute. And so I'm glad to get it out the door. I'm gonna go ahead and package it. So I do have these poly mailers that I had purchased, and I like a good review, so I like to package things really well. This is washed. I'm just gonna go ahead and fold it. I actually ordered, you guys, and tell me if this is dumb and it's not something that I need, but I ordered one of those like plastic folding things that they use in retail stores. It was really cheap, and just being like a type A perfectionist, I spend a lot of time like refolding before I put it in the package because I want people to take this out of the package and feel like they're getting something exciting and new, and not like they just got like a Goodwill piece, you know? So I did order that. It should be here, I think like in a week or so. But until then, this was an easy fold. I'm gonna put it into this clear bag. And like I said, I like this to feel really curated, give me all those 5-star reviews. And then I put it into this poly mailer. And right now I'm using blue because it kind of felt like February, Marchy. But I ordered a new color for when these are gone. So this is kind of the process. And then, like I said, I just got a label maker. Okay, sorry, my husband was calling asking if I wanted anything for lunch. So as I was saying, we just got this label maker, and it is super nice. It just hooks to an app. As soon as somebody buys something, I just push print label and it just prints right out. I rip it off, try not to show you this person's address, and then I just stick it right onto my package, and then it's good to go. I just put it by the door. I'll show you kind of what that looks like. My husband grabs them on his way to work, and then he just drops them at the post office and they get shipped out. So kind of cutting some time, cutting some chance for confusion. And that's what that looks like. So 3 sales in the last 36 hours or so. Picked a couple things up. I'm going to go ahead and get those listed. And that is that for this side of the business. I am going to do a couple of plant chores. So if you are not here for the plants, this is the time to go. Thank you for being here. Make sure you subscribe. I will be doing a March kind of recap of everything that sold and how much money I made coming up soon, because we're right at the end of March here. So subscribe so that you can see that. And then if you are also here for the plants, I'm going to do a quick plant chore and take you along with me for that. And then that will be our video for today. Okay, planty people. So the last thing that we need to do in this video today is I've got this little Monstera Deliciosa cutting, and she looks sad. She looks sad right now. But for one, I dumped her over in the move from the downstairs office to the upstairs office. And so it barely has any soil in it whatsoever. So we're gonna repot this guy. I also feel like it needs a bigger pot. It's just really top heavy. And there it goes. There she goes. And then I just need a little bit better staking system. Right now, I've just got this little stake. Everything's kind of just like clung to it. And it's just not working for me. So I'm gonna get probably another stake or two to put into it. And that is gonna be this task. The backstory of this plant is my husband had actually stolen it from his work, just like a cutting. He did ask for permission, but he took a cutting of it because he thought it was really cool. One of those like office monsteras that gets no natural light and yet is thriving. And I'm in here with my Barina light in front of my plants and they're still struggling, so I don't know. Anyways, this is his Monstera, and so the goal is for it to do really well. It did root, and then I put it into this little pot, and it's just not working. It really just wants to crawl. So I think that we're gonna have it crawl is what we're gonna do. So let's take this out of this soil, see if we can find a better solution for this guy, and that will be today's video. Okay, let me talk through what I just did. I didn't want it to be super long and boring, so time-lapsed that. Basically, I had a really good potting mix already made that's pretty well draining. It's got some good stuff in there. I just added a little bit more like cactus potting mix to it just to kind of break it up a little bit. The older potting soil is, the denser it tends to get. So I did throw that in there. And then the end of the cutting had this little piece. This was all the root that was on it. And in order to get it down and tipped a little bit so it could crawl just a little bit, I did break this off. So I'm losing a little bit of root here. The rest, as you could see, was pretty dense. I did shake off a little bit of the soil. I tried not to disturb the roots too much, but just to open it up since it did go into a larger pot. And then I got the roots kind of tucked this direction, and that way it can kind of crawl this direction, as you can see. So monsteras in the wild do crawl typically up trees or other plants, and so they've got this kind of tilted root system. And then I got it hooked up to 2 stakes, so there's a little more stability. This feels so much better than it did before. And I'm hoping that with that stabilization, it will feel safe to grow some bigger leaves. We have gotten 1 new leaf since I repotted it, and that is this one. So it was a pretty good upsize from the previous leaf, as you can see. And I'm thinking that now that it feels a little bit safer, it will continue to upsize, continue to grow. The big thing that you want to make sure of when you are repotting your monsteras is you don't really want the vine or the stem itself to go into the soil, because that will cause some rotting that can happen. So just those roots, those long kind of brown roots that come off of the edge can go in there, but you want to avoid that bottom chunk of stem going into the soil. Just a heads up from what I know from just messing up before. So that is that. I'm gonna get everything cleaned up, and this weekend we are gonna go to the store and get some seeds so we can start to do some seed starts for our garden. Last year we had some really pretty tomatoes and jalapenos, so I've seen the salsa pots, and I'm thinking we're gonna do that. A really big pot, have cilantro, have some jalapenos, tomato, and then that's going to be our big pot for the summer, along with some of the other things that we do grow in the raised bed gardens. So if you are into that and that's kind of like your jam, make sure that you subscribe so that you can stick around, see how the garden goes this summer. Thank you for getting through the reselling stuff with me. Make sure you like this video so that we can keep pushing it out, and leave a comment. Let us know, how is your planting going? How is your reselling going? Have you started your seeds yet? And we will see you guys in the next one.